Hello everyone, my name is Arif Ahmad and today I'm going to discuss with you Oracle 12c multi-tenant architecture. Oracle 12c has come up with a new concept of container databases and pluggable databases. We didn't have this concept before in Oracle 11g as well as in Oracle 10g. So in 11g we had the single instance databases where a database is going to run in the same instance. If you have to create multiple databases, we have to have separate instances for those databases. In 12c, we can have one or more containers, and we also have a container here about the CDB, which is the container database, and these containers are going to reside in the in the container itself. So Oracle has given the kind of specific container IDs for each of these containers. We have the ID 0, which is basically for the entire CDB. Then the ID1 is for the root. There is also a seed database, which is the template for all the new databases. That is container ID 2. And the user created databases are having the container IDs as the 3 up to 254, which means we can have in a single instance, we can have up to 252 pluggable databases. Each PDB has its own container ID. Now I'm going to show you this one in the demonstration here. I'm running Oracle 12c. In my Oracle 12c, I have already created one database called PDB1. If I want to show you the information about the containers, you can give the command show container name, container ID. This command is only going to work on Oracle 12c onwards, 12c, and also it will work on 18c. So when you press enter, you can see the name of the container, which is CDB root, and with the container ID 1. If you want to show the list of all the other containers, which are basically the pluggable databases, you can give the command show PDBs, and it will show you the ID for the CDB PDB seed, which is always in the read-only mode, and you'll also see here PDB1, which I have created during the installation of Oracle database. If you want to see the container 0 information here, you can always give the command select name CDB container ID from $database. So my database instance name is DB1 and it is a CDB. Yes, the container ID is 0, and these are basically the IDs which are set by Oracle, so we cannot really change these IDs. So if I want to create my own database, which is basically going to have the next container here as container ID 4, I can create a pluggable database by going to the Oracle, and we have a tool here which is named as Oracle Database Configuration Assistant. I go to Database Configuration Assistant. It's a graphical interface, so it is much easier to create a pluggable database from here. We take the last option, which is Manage Pluggable Databases. Click Next. Choose the first option, Create a Pluggable Database. Click Next. It is going to now ask you about the database, that under which database you want to create this. Our database name here is DB1. Click Next. Create a new pluggable database. The second and third option I'm going to show you later on. We are going to create a pluggable database which is new. This one is if you already have the PDB file set, you can also take it from there, and this one is if you have a PDB archive. Both these options work fine, but first we are going to take the option which is creating a new pluggable database. Pluggable database 1, here I can say HR, or I can just give the name as let's say ERP. This is going to be the PDB, so I can just call it as EDB PDB1. Since we are going to use the storage type as file system, not ASM, so we can take the same name, and this is going to be the database location You can also choose the database location, and by clicking on browse, this is the user, the admin user, which is going to be created automatically in this database. So I will create the admin user here as Arif, password, click next. So it's not taking the space, so I'm just giving ERP PDB1, next. And here you go, by clicking on finish, it is going to create a pluggable database in a while. Pluggable database created successfully. Click OK and click close. You can again give the command here, show PDBs, and you can see here ERP PDB1 is created with the database ID as container ID as 4. Now the status of this particular database is mounted. It is because when I restart my machine, automatically the database has changed to the mount state. So we can give the command here, alter pluggable database, and the database name PDB1 open, and it is going to open this particular database. Again give the command show PDBs, and you can see now we have this database which is PDB1 in the read write mode, and also ERP PDB1 is also in the read write mode. In case you want to remove this database from here, you can again run the wizard from database configuration assistant or DBCA, manage pluggable databases, next, and here you can simply say unplug a pluggable database. That means you want to remove this database from there. If you choose the option delete, it is permanently going to delete the pluggable database. So we choose this option, unplug pluggable database, next. It will again ask you about the database here, DB1, the name of this database, and where it is going to keep these files. It is by default taking the path here, which is C:\app product 12.1 DB home assistant DBCA templates, and it will create two files there with the name. One is with the extension DFB, which is the database file backup, and the second one XML. So click next, click finish. You have successfully unplugged database, which is PDB1, from this particular database server. Pluggable database PDB1 unplugged successfully. So we'll click OK, click close, the command show PDBs, and you can see here PDB1 has been unplugged successfully. So if you want to again plug it back to the same server or on a different server, you can run the database configuration assistant. This time you're going to choose the option plug a database, manage pluggable databases, next, and you're going to say create a pluggable database. Choose the database name. Now here we say create a new pluggable database. No, we're going to use the option here, create a pluggable database using the PDB file set. Click on browse, and we have it here. This is the file db_1 PDB. It is automatically going to fill the backup file option here. Click next, give it a name, PDB1, or in case you want to give a different name, you can just give the name maybe PDB2. If you want to create a new account, you can also do that. Click next, click finish. So Pluggable Database PDB2 plugged successfully. So click OK, click close, name show PDBs, and you can see here PDB has come back again here with a new name with the PDB2. That's all in this video. So we have seen how to create a database which is ERPDB1. We have seen how to unplug a database PDB1, and also how to plug it again with a new name PDB2. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to manage these pluggable databases. Thank you for watching.